Hello and welcome to PLZ Soccer, and a good afternoon from here in Motherwell. We are at Fir Park to preview all of the Scottish Europa League action this evening. And let's start with the Steelmen. They travel to Israel to play Hapoel Beersheva at 6:30. Now, they stuttered over the line in Northern Ireland last Thursday. They won on penalties against Coleraine, but they have won 4 of their last 5 matches. They come into the game as underdogs, which is something that Stephen Robinson believes they can revel in, despite their opponent's strength.
I think they're a very strong side. I've watched them. They've got strong individuals. You know, they've got 3 players we've really identified that can hurt you. But there's certainly we've gone with a game plan. We went to a game plan with Aberdeen that worked very well. You know, and we'll go with a different game plan when we go out there. And I believe that there's a real positive mindset within the football club. As I've said, we've quietly gone about our business and picked up results in different ways, and we've shown a real amount of character. We're going to need that again over there.
The other early kick-off sees Celtic visit Riga of Latvia at 6 o'clock, perhaps the most favourable of all of the ties. Now, Celtic are desperate to make it into the Europa League group stage after failing to miss out on the Champions League yet again. Manager Neil Lennon insists they won't underestimate the Latvians.
You know, they're keeping clean sheets, so they're tough team to break down. And in Mbombo, they've got a very physical, strong centre forward. They've got good sort of discipline in the shape. And obviously we're away from home in Europe, so we know that brings its own difficulties. They had a great result against Copenhagen, last year, where they won 1-0. Obviously they lost the tie over the 2 games. So, yeah, this is going to be a very difficult game for us. We're under no illusions of that.
Moving on, Rangers are also away from home to Willem-II of the Netherlands. Now, Steven Gerrard said it's a disadvantage, the one-legged nature of the tie, but his side will expect to make it through to at least the playoff rounds to give them a chance of making the group stage for the 3rd year on the trot. Here's what he made of tonight's opponents.
We've got a really good idea about this team, what they're about, the strengths, the weaknesses. They carry a big threat in the front 4 players. They normally have played a 4-2-3-1 formation. He made some really interesting changes at the weekend at half-time. He wasn't getting much joy, and he changed people that had been playing in positions consistently but went a little bit different. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what team they decide to play.
And finally, it's Aberdeen. They face the most daunting tasks. They take on Sporting Lisbon at 8 o'clock. It's probably their biggest game in European competition since Bayern Munich 12 years ago. Now, they do have a slight glimmer of hope because 9 players and the manager have tested positive for coronavirus, meaning they cannot be involved. You think that might make Derek McInnes quietly confident, but he insists that Sporting will still be very strong tonight.
Club like Sporting Lisbon aren't going to have bad players hanging about, so they're going to have a level of player there that's pushing the first team. Probably, as I say, the majority of the first team's players will be involved, and it's a tough game for us. It might disrupt them clearly, but it doesn't. I don't think it makes them any less of a tougher opponent, bearing in mind the size of the squad.
And finally, in other news, Aaron Hickey has completed his move to Bologna for £1.5 million from Hearts. If you've not seen his announcement video yet, make sure you check it out. It's a very interesting one. You can do so on our Twitter and as well as our Facebook and YouTube pages. Make sure you like and share to all of those. That's all from me. Don't forget as well, the football show is on at 4 o'clock. You can catch up with all today's stories with the panel and exclusive guests.